Let me share. Here, yesterday we discussed here. So what all topics comes under this UI and what is UI we discussed. Here now, let me share screen. Here we are in web UI programming. UI means here it is a user interface. Here user interface. To create this user interactive page, we have to learn that list of all topics are here. HTML 4 and 5, CSS 2 and 3. Third topic JavaScript. Here fourth one jQuery. Here fifth one here Ajax. Here sixth one here responsive design. Here seventh one will be here Bootstrap. Here eighth one will be here less and SAS programming. Ninth one here it is project. 10th one here exam. Total duration of my content will be here. Duration of my content will be here 2 months. 2 months I'm going to continue on all these topics. So first what I explained yesterday. Here what is UI? Here what all topics comes under this? In that first 2 topics introduction I completed yesterday. First 2 or 3 topics introduction we completed. Here I'll revise it and I'll continue with the today's session. Here demo 2. Okay. Here UI means here when you enter any URL in the browser, whatever application you can see, that is what here UI. If you enter google.com here, you can see here Google homepage. This Google homepage, once you click search option here, your data will go for search. Here, once you click on search option here, your data is going for searching. After searching something, it will connect to database. Here, our UI programming, once you click search option, your data is redirecting to server. Server connecting to database, database back to server. Server will give you resultant page for us. This is what our UI page. Here, this is what our UI page. Here, starting page is a UI page. Starting page is a UI page. Here, resultant page is also a UI page. Here, that list of links, what you are getting here, link 1, link 2, link 3, all you will get it here. These all links here. All the links you will get it here. This list of all links we will get it here because of here server program. Because of server and database, you will get resultant page for our application. Here always the front end will be connected with the server. Here server connected to database. Here databases are here Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server. Here itself SQL Server, MongoDB, etc. all comes under server programs. These server programs are here PHP, Java, .NET, Python. Here, etc., all connected to database. This total architecture is a here. This total architecture is a MVC architecture. Here, this total architecture is the MVC architecture, model view controller architecture. We always do follow to design our output. Here, in this model part, view part, controller part. One second. Yes. Here it is following MVC architecture. Here MVC. Here it is model view controller. Model view controller architecture we always follow to design our output. MVC. Here it is model view controller architecture. In this time, model part and the controller part, here model part and controller part, we will design it by server program. Here model part is by server program. Controller part is also by server program. Only the UI part, here only the UI part, we always design it by our UI programming. So in this UI programming, we are going to see here, in this UI programming, we can see here our UI page is connecting with the server. So we are concentrating only the UI part here. So in this UI part, you can check it here. So these all list of topics we are going to see in this UI. See here, you can check that UI file. Here UI programming we are checking here. In this, see, let me show that here. Facebook.com. If you check this Facebook, see here. This is the login page of the Facebook. When you right click inspect element on this, here you can find it here. That list of all will be here. See like this. Doc type HTML head and body is the standard code of HTML. Here doc type HTML head and body is the standard code of HTML. Doc type here it is document type of HTML, head and body tag. Generally we'll write it here to create our application. Doc type here it is a document type of HTML, head and body tag you can show for our execution. This is the standard code. So that is our first topic. In our UI programming, standard code of every UI page is here it is doc type. Here doc type HTML start and close. Under this we can write it here head start and close and body start and close. Here head tag is used to write header information here. So we can write it here script tag. Script tag is for JavaScript code. Here style tag we use it here for writing CSS code. Style tag I'm using here for writing CSS code. Here always script tag we use it here for writing JavaScript code. Here JavaScript code for our application we can create it by script tag. Here only you can check it here. CSS code we are writing here because of that style tag. Style tag I'm using here to write that CSS code. Here doc type HTML head and body is the standard code of HTML. Under this doc type here it is a document type of HTML. Here everything HTML is a tag based programming. If you check any website here, every website will show you standard code will be here doc type HTML head and body. If you don't write the head section, just I delete the head part. See, you can see the complete content, but no proper alignment. So here HTML is creating basic skeleton part of the web page. Here HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here it is a hypertext markup language. Markup here it is a tag based programming. Here tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. Here instruction to browser. We can give our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. Here we have in this, here everything we will write it in HTML by tags. Second topic CSS, we will write it here beside the tag. Sorry, here inside the head section we'll write CSS. CSS here it is cascading style sheet. This is mainly style part of the web page. Here style part of web page. Style part of web page we can create it using CSS. This one you can practically check it by that example. Here basic skeleton. Here skeleton of web page is by HTML. Alignment and colorful structure is by CSS. Here alignment of the web page. Here alignment of web page. Colorful structure, color, here background colors. Here borders. text related styles, font related styles, etc., etc. We will learn it under the CSS. Under the CSS only, we will learn it here, text related, font related styles. Under this we will learn it under the CSS. CSS gives you alignment part for our application. Alignment of our application, we can create it with the CSS. Here, HTML is creating basic skeleton part of the web page. CSS gives you alignment part for our application. Next one. Here, see, HTML is creating basic skeleton. CSS is giving alignment. See here, check the output here. So once I refresh, all alignment will back. So if you want to change the button color or a image color, anything, you can do it by the CSS. See here. Here background color, button color, text color, font color, border radius, all everything we will write it with this. Suppose if you want to increase the font size in this, see here. Login is very big now. See here. See, this way you can increase the font size. Here border none we are writing here. So now I am writing 10 pixel solid red. See here red color border, I can create it like this. This way we can write it here border property. Border for our application, here text colors, borders, font colors, all we will write it with this. Here because of that CSS, we can create that output like this. Here, because of this CSS, we can create output for our application like this. We are writing here HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language. It creates basic skeleton part of the web page. CSS, if you want to change the application, color, buttons, form tags, anything, if you want to change it, here, anything if you want to change it, here that button display, here this display color, if you want to change it, here shadow effect, box shadow, text shadow, background colors, anything if you want to change it, see here. Only that login application form color is changing like this. This color effect will come by CSS. That color, whatever you are selecting here, that will be affected by CSS. This half code is the CSS code. This half code is the HTML code. So this way only we can write our application. Okay, here we are writing here HTML and CSS. HTML creating basic skeleton. Skeleton means here images, buttons, radio button, checkbox, drop down list, all we will write it with this HTML. With this CSS, we can write it here. It is cascading style sheet. It is mainly create the style part of our application. Style part here, alignment, colorful structures, all by CSS. Next one, we are going for. Next, I am going for. Next one. Here it is JavaScript. Here JavaScript here. JavaScript, it will add it here functionality to our application. Functionality of web page. Functionality of web page. We can create it using JavaScript. Using JavaScript only we can add functionalities. Here functionality to our application, we can create it with this JavaScript. Here functionalities are here. Validations, cookies, local storages, session storages, all we will write it with this JavaScript. Here in this JavaScript only we can add functionalities here. Validations, cookie creations, local storages, here session storages, here session storage, here animations, here etc. etc. We will learn it with this JavaScript. Here, because of this JavaScript only, you will learn here all these part. Here, JavaScript, it will add it here, functionality to our application. These functionalities are here. Validations, cookies and all, etc. We will learn it under this JavaScript. Next, here after this, we are going for CSS. CSS here, cascading style sheet. JavaScript here, it is a functionality. See, check it. If you submit your application form, you will get all error messages. This error message is because of JavaScript. Because of JavaScript, we are getting here error message. This error message, your validation messages, generally we will get it by JavaScript. Because of JavaScript, we can add all validations for the application form. Next topic here, it is jQuery. Here, jQuery, it is an external library. Here, external library of JavaScript. Here, external library, JavaScript only, but it is an external library. Existing library only, but it is an external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. Here, you can find it here, jQuery 3.7.1.js. You can find it here, jQuery cycle.js. You can find it here, jQuery, here validation.js. You can find it here, jQuery UI.js. Like this, so many jQuery files, ready-made files are available. See here, I'll show you. So because of this jQuery, here validation. If you check it here, this jQuery validation, you can check that application form, how we can design it with this. Here, because of this jQuery validation, here, because of this validation, we can able to print here that validation of the application form. Validation here, if you enter it, yes.
అదే ఊరు బయట అక్కడ
Yes.
అటు లోపలికి వెళ్ళాం.
Yes, please be in mute. Here I'm submitting my application form. I'm getting error message here. Here I'm submitting my application form. I'm getting error message here. This error message here, whatever error message I'm getting here, field is required, field is required. This type of error messages we are getting here because of jQuery. Because of jQuery only, I'm able to get this type of validations. Here, because of jQuery, we are able to get this type of output is because of jQuery.
10%
Here, yes,
కేబుల్ లేదు, ఎత్తుకుంటా పోయినా కేబుల్ కోసం.
Here, jQuery we are implementing here. jQuery is mainly used for validation purpose. Here, this jQuery file I'm using here to implement validation of the application form. Here, JavaScript validation, you can easily implement it because of this jQuery. Here, because of this jQuery, you can implement it here, jQuery validations. Name, username, URL, comments, all these things we are getting here because of jQuery. Here, this name required, password required, these all because of validation. This one you can implement it by JavaScript. Same thing you can also implement it by jQuery. Using JavaScript you can implement, using jQuery also you can implement this type of validations. Here, next one, if you submit this application form, here you are getting here all error messages. See here, first name, last name, username, password, here valid email address, invalid email address. These all I'm getting here because of jQuery. Because of jQuery only, I'm able to get this type of validations here. This validation of the application form, we can easily design it by jQuery. Here, because of jQuery, we can easily implement validations for our application form. Here, any type of validations, we can easily implement it because of this jQuery. Here, I can able to easily implement this type of validations here. Validation of the application form, we can easily implement it because of this jQuery. Here, we are able to print jQuery here. jQuery is the implementation part of JavaScript ready-made files. This is ready-made file. Not only this, if you check it here, jQuery cycle. Here, if you check it here, jQuery cycle, you can see here jQuery cycle related slideshow of images. See here, shuffling, zooming, fading. Here, this type of effect. Here, shuffling effect, zooming effect, fading effect, turn down effect, curtain X, scroll right. This type of effect we can create it because of jQuery. Here, this type of effect we can create it because of jQuery. See, everything it is a slideshow. That slideshow of images here, that slideshow of images, it is possible by jQuery. Okay. One second. Here, shuffling, zooming, fading, these type of effects, we can create it for our application. This is possible by jQuery. Here, because of jQuery only, you can implement this type of effect. Here, shuffling, zooming, fading, turn down, curtain X, scroll right. These are all effects we can create it for our program. This is possible by jQuery. Next, I'm going for, after this jQuery, here, after this jQuery, here, next I'm going for Ajax. So we observed here jQuery is nothing but JavaScript only, but it is an external library. So we understood here how to implement JavaScript external library using jQuery. We implemented and we executed. Next, we are going for Ajax. Here, Ajax, here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Here, Ajax is nothing but it's a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Here, asynchronous JavaScript and XML, we call it as Ajax. In this time, client is sending the request to server, server has to give their response. This is client is sending the request to server, server has to give their response. In this, without redirection, without refreshment. Here itself, without refreshing, here itself, without redirection. Here, without redirection. Here, without redirection, without refreshment. If you get output for your application, that is what Ajax. In this Ajax time, you will understand here without refreshment, without redirection, how you will get output for our application, that is comes under Ajax. So you will understand here. See, I'll show you one real-time application for this. Here, if you open any Union Bank account here, see, I'm opening one Union Bank account. Here in this time, see, here you can find somewhere chatting application. Here, Ask UA will come here. So because of that, you can easily develop your application with this. Here, easily develop without refreshing, without redirection. How can you get output for our application? So that it is possible by Ajax. If you check that Ajax here, see, if you check this accounts and personal account, current account, anything, if you click it, you are redirecting to that particular page. Here, redirection required here. But here, when I go for this, see, I'm coming back to the home page. Here only you can check one chatting window. Ask UA, one option will come here. So by that, once you click there, you can directly ask your questions. That results, that response of that question will come immediately without redirection. Without redirection, if you get the response of your application, that is Ajax. Without redirection, if you get the output for our application, that it is possible by Ajax. Here, you can find it here, how to develop our application by See here. Here, this is one UI page. In this, okay, chatting window is not showing here. Generally, in the home page, it will show you one chatting window for us. The chatting window is the best example. Here, Ask UA will show you for us. So in that Ask UA, if you click anything, immediately you will get response of your application. Here, immediately you will get response of your application that you can see here in the Ajax. Okay, so I'll go for one more one. Suppose if I go for here, Dell. Here, suppose if I search for Dell, so what is your request? So immediately I'll get one chat window. Here, that helpline center will ask us what we want it. So they will ask you in the chatting window. Here, slideshow will be common. Somewhere it will ask us. Just if I go here, so immediately some chatting window will come here. Download app and all here. Somewhere what you wanted here, this is actually application form here, but here generally we'll get it here. Here, one chatting window, how can I assist you? How can I help you? Like that, you will get it. So within few seconds, you will get response of your application that it is possible by Ajax. Here, because of that Ajax, you can easily develop your application with this. Next, after this Ajax call, here Ajax is an asynchronous JavaScript and XML without redirection, without refreshment, how you will get access that you will understand under this Ajax. Next one here it is responsive design. Here, next topic here it is responsive design. Responsive design, how to develop your application for mobile phone, tablet, desktop, etc. In all different resolution, how to show your output. In mobile phone, in tablet, in desktop, in all different resolution, how to show your output that you will understand under this responsive design. Under this responsive design, you will understand here how to develop our application with all this. Responsive application, how to develop it, that you will understand under responsive design. Suppose if you check this website here, see here, if I change my screen size, how the menu bar and how the content is changing, you can check. See here, that adjustment of the content is like this. See here. If I change my screen size, based on that, it will adjust the content within the screen. Here, that it is possible by responsive design. Generally, in mobile phone, it will show you single column layout. In tablet, it is two column structure. In mobile, it is single column. In tablet, it is two column. In desktop, it will show you three column or a five column structure. That it is possible by responsive design. Next, after this responsive design, here, so we are going for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Ajax. Here, responsive design, lessons. Lessons as, just as of now, remember, it is a super set of CSS. Here, less is a linear style sheet, sans is a syntactically awesome style sheet. As of now, remember, it is a super set of CSS. In CSS only, something extra we will learn it under this lessons as. Here, under this lessons as, here, less is a linear style sheet, sans is here, syntactically awesome style sheet. So here, this way you can develop it. So responsive application, we can easily develop it with this. Here, lessons. Then last topic here, it is Bootstrap. Bootstrap, one second. Here, Bootstrap, it's a framework. It's a framework of, here it's a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework, we call it as Bootstrap. Bootstrap, it is a framework. It is a HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework. We call it as Bootstrap. In this Bootstrap, we can easily develop our application with this. Here, we can easily develop our application with this. Bootstrap is a framework. It's a ready-made architecture. Here, Bootstrap is a framework. It's a ready-made architecture. With that, we can easily develop our application with this Bootstrap. Here, in this time, you will understand here, Bootstrap is a framework. It's a ready-made architecture. With that, how to develop our application easily, that you will understand under this. Here, Bootstrap is a ready-made framework. In this, here, you will understand how to use the predefined files of Bootstrap, min.css, Bootstrap, min.js, here, Bootstrap, here, bundle.js, here, bundle.js, here, popper.js, etc., all comes under here. These all, etc., comes under Bootstrap. Because of Bootstrap only, you will get all these things. Bootstrap is a ready-made framework. In this, you will understand here how to develop our application with this. Here, Bootstrap is a framework. It's a ready-made architecture. You will understand here how to develop our Bootstrap application with all that you can understand with this. Here, responsive design, lessons as, and Bootstrap. Here, responsive design, lessons as, and Bootstrap. These three are the last topics. Here, up to now, I have covered here what all topics we have. Each topic, brief information I explained. HTML, it creates basic skeleton part of the web page. CSS gives you alignment part for our application. JavaScript adds functionality to our application. Functionality. jQuery is an external library of JavaScript. It's a ready-made architecture only, but it is external file. By that, you can easily develop your slideshow of images and validation of the application form, etc. All you can do it by jQuery. Next one, responsive design. You will understand here. Sorry, Ajax call. It is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Here, Ajax, here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. We call it as Ajax. In this time, Ajax call time, you will understand here how to develop our application by Ajax. Ajax is an asynchronous call without refreshing, without redirection. How you will get the server response, that you will understand under this Ajax. Responsive design, it's a responsive application. Here, responsive design time, you will understand here how to develop our application for mobile phone, tablet, desktop. Mobile phone, tablet, desktop in all different resolution, how to show our output, that you will understand under responsive design. Next, questions. One second. Here, Ajax here, it is an asynchronous call without refreshing, without redirection. You will get output for our application, that is Ajax. Responsive design means how to develop our application for different resolution. Mobile phone, tablet. Bootstrap, it's a ready-made and it is a responsive architecture. Bootstrap is a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It's a ready-made file. Lessons as, just it is a superset of CSS. Lessons as, it is a superset of CSS. In this total syllabus, I'll cover you in the next 2 months. So we got some agenda, some plan. What is the use of each topic? What will be the real usage of it? We understood under this. HTML creates basic skeleton, CSS alignment, JavaScript functionality, here jQuery. Like that, we discussed here each and every topic, basic structure we understood. Next, in the next session, I'll start my first topic, HTML4. I'll start my first topic of my content here, that is HTML4. In that HTML4, how to install Visual Studio Code, how to run our first program, I'll explain to you in the next session. So yesterday and today, we have completed our demonstrations on each topic, basic introduction part and our title UI part, and what all the three team of developers. Front-end developers are web UI developers. Server-side developers are Java, .NET, Python developers. Database developers are here, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, all comes under database developers. So three team of engineers, three team of developers will work for one single application. Okay, so and everyday class, I'll upload it in one drive, one Gmail drive, 9 o'clock drive, I'll create for your batch. In that drive only, everyday classes, recordings, programs, paint files, everything, I'll upload it in that drive only. Every day, my class, I'll upload it in one drive, one Gmail drive. With that drive, you will get everyday access. And once the topic is completed, I'll give you here. Once topic is completed, any one topic completed, after that, we'll go for one exam and one weekend exam, one weekend project session. That way, I'll continue my class. One weekend, I'll go for exam, one weekend, I'll go for project session. Okay. So here, this is one drive I created for my previous 9 o'clock batch. Here, everyday classes, I'll upload it in the recordings folders, programs folder, HTML4 folder, CSS2 folder, like that I'll cover. Yeah, actually, if you practice it, you will learn core and advanced JavaScript topic. Is it sufficient for interview real-time scenario? No one will ask. No one can answer for that. Interviewer, they may ask any type of questions. So if you complete this one, you can clear the interview. No one can tell like that. Interviewer, they may ask based on their, depending on your resume, depending on your projects, what you developed, depends on your executions. Based on that, they'll ask all questions. Okay, but I'll cover main concepts from basics to a higher level of JavaScript concept. I'll cover for your content. Okay, in our syllabus. Okay, here paint file, everyday class paint files, I'll upload it here in the paint window, and the programs and documents. Documents here, each class document, I'll upload it here in the documents folder. Like this, I'll upload everyday class files in my drive. Everyday class files, I'll upload it in my drive. So here, up to now, we have covered what all topics we have and each topic related information we discussed up to now. Here, next, here, in the next session, I'll show you how to install, how to run our first program. Okay, yes. Up to now, if you have any doubt, you can ask us. We have completed demonstrations. So you can complete your registration with DURGASOFT organizer. They'll share tomorrow's link for you. Link will change for tomorrow class. So complete your registration and try to get that new link from the organizer. If you have any doubt now, as of now, you can ask me. Unmute and ask your questions, please. Any questions?
Nothing from my side.
Yes, any questions? Yeah, main project, I'll explain to you. Topic-wise project, I'll explain to you. Okay, so topic-wise, every topic-wise, every project, every topic, I'll cover it in the project and I'll explain to you in the project session. Main project session. Last, I'll take one more project. I'll show you with deployment. Yes, any other doubts? Rather than typing, unmute and ask your questions, please. If it is okay.
Good to go, Swetha. Nothing from my side.
Nothing. Okay. Thank you, Manas. Yes. So let me close my session. So we'll meet tomorrow at 8:30 and link will change for tomorrow class. Who are interested to continue my classes, please complete your registration. So by that, we'll start our session. Thank you.
Thank you.